Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Tehran says it has no plans for the next round of peace talks as the US sends a delegation to Pakistan headed by Vice President J.D. Vance. It's after the US intercepted and boarded an Iranian-flagged cargo ship that tried to get through the blockade.
Motor Vessel Tosca, vacate your engine room. Vacate your engine room. We're prepared to subject you to disabling fire.
Trump said the ship was given fair warning to stop, but the crew refused to listen. He said they then blew a hole in the engine room. Iran's military has said it will retaliate, with Iranian media saying drones have attacked US ships, though no damage has been reported. Officials in Japan have warned of an increased risk of a huge earthquake in the next week after a 7.7 magnitude quake struck off the northeast coast, triggering an evacuation order and warnings of 3-meter-high tsunami waves. Thousands of people were told to leave coastal areas for high ground after the quake hit waters 330 miles north of the capital, Tokyo. The biggest waves measured 80 centimeters, but the meteorological agency in earthquake-prone Japan warned that quakes causing even stronger shaking could occur in the next week. A father has killed 7 of his children and another child in Louisiana in a mass shooting that police have called a domestic disturbance. Officers said the shooting began around 5 a.m. on Sunday. After attacking the suspect drove away in a stolen car, police said. Officers then chased and killed him. 2 adult women, including the children's mother, are in a critical condition after they too were hurt by gunfire. A 9th child was taken to hospital after jumping from the roof of the home while escaping. Officials have not yet suggested a motive on the gunman's part.
This is entirely a domestic incident. So the suspect shot the mother of the child children first, then responded to this location and shot 8 children, 7 of which being his own. There was an additional child at this residence that was not akin to him. However, we're still working on relationships and whose parents or whose. It's a very hectic scene. There's a lot to investigate, a lot to unpack, and we want to do the best we can to come up with a clear timeline, a clear reasoning, even though cases like this, the reasoning will never be fully understood.
The head of Ukraine's patrol police has resigned after 2 of his officers faced criticism for allegedly fleeing a deadly mass shooting in the capital, Kyiv. 6 people died and 14 others were injured on Saturday after a man opened fire on people in a street in Kyiv's southern district before taking others hostage in a nearby supermarket. He was later killed in a shootout with police. At least 25 people have been killed in an explosion at a firecracker factory in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu, with 4 others seriously injured. The blast occurred at the Vanaja fireworks industry in Virudhunagar on Sunday evening. The factory was supposed to be closed, but around 50 workers were inside at the time. A second explosion occurred while rescue operations were ongoing, injuring 13 more people, though none sustained serious burns. The cause of the blast is not yet known and an investigation is underway. New Zealand has declared a state of emergency in its capital city, Wellington, as torrential rain and flash flooding drenched the country's North Island. Footage online shows vehicles submerged, trees uprooted, and houses hit by landslides. Wellington received a record 77 millimeters of rain in less than an hour. Local authorities advised residents to hunker down, with rain forecast for the next day and a half. Some flights at Wellington Airport have been cancelled and several schools have shut their campuses. No fatalities have been reported so far. And robots have beaten humans in a half-marathon race in Beijing, with the fastest machine leaving its human rivals for dust. The winning robot, Lightning, was developed by a Chinese smartphone maker and finished the race in 50 minutes and 26 seconds, smashing the world record currently set by a human. Around 40% of the robots raced autonomously, while the others were remotely controlled. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.